Okay, a bag contains 3 colors of marbles, 10 red, 5 blue, and 3 yellow. So a marble is drawn at random from the bag. So you see a bag, the total you have is 10 plus the probability of picking a red. Okay, it will be a fraction. The total marbles you have is 10 plus 5 plus 3. That's the total marbles inside the bag. And you have 10 red. So the probability of picking red is that, oh, you close your eyes, you take from the marble from the bag, you know that, oh, okay, it will be 10 because we have 10 red out of the total. So it will be 10 out of 18 and reduce it to the lowest term, you get 5 out of 9. Okay, that is the simple probability. Okay, so most people will be able to handle 1A. Maybe mathematics students will not be able to do the 1B. So how are you going to do the 1B? How many more blue marbles must be placed in the bag so that the probability of drawing a blue marble would be 3/4? Initially, it has 18 marbles. So now you got to add some blue. Okay, so we do not know how many blue, correct? So I'm going to let the so-called the additional blue, let it be X. Let additional blue equals to X. We don't know how many balls we're going to add. We don't know how many blue marbles we're going to add. So you will just do, okay, probability of picking a blue. My total no longer is 18. My total is 18 plus X because I added X number of blue, correct? Then as for the blue, initially it has 5. And because I also add X number of blue, so therefore the numerator is 5 plus X. So the probability of picking a blue will be 5 plus X over 18 plus X. Correct? And they tell you that it is 3/4. So you just form an equation. You will say, okay, 5 plus X over 18 plus X is equals to 3/4. So now this become an equation. Okay, become an equation. You can cross multiply. You have 4, 5 plus X equals to 3, 18 plus X. Okay, then after that, continue, expand out. So you have 20 plus 4X equals to 54 plus 3X. So it becomes like a linear equation. You want to solve the X. So bring the X to the left-hand side, number to the right-hand side when you are solving the linear equation. So 4X minus 3X is equals to 54 minus 20. We have X is equals to 34. So it means that they added 34 blue marbles. Therefore, it's 34 more blue marbles. And that will be the answer. So this is how you find, this is how you solve this kind of question whereby they ask you, when they say I add additional thing or I remove marbles, that is how you form the equation. You do it as per like normal with the unknown X. And then after that, and because they tell you it's 3/4, and therefore you will just equate them and become an equation. You just solve it as per normal. Ta-da! You solve your X, which is 34. Okay, so this is how you do this kind of question. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. Question number 2. Help me to spam likes, share to your friend. Help me to share to your friends. You can share via WhatsApp or share via TikTok. Okay, what I mean by spam like, you all know what is spam like, right? So this is the phone, right? You go to spam like this one. You just double tap, double tap, 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 tap. That's called spam like. Okay, and do you see the top left corner? You will see that it start to create like a live bar like that. Okay, that's called spamming the like. I mean to spam more like, spam more like. Okay. Okay, you can share to your friend via WhatsApp, share to your classmate, your schoolmate, whoever want to revise their EMath. Okay, now question number 2. Now they say that there are 10 red and 11 green, 13 yellow and 6 brown in the bag. This one is jelly beans. So this time round is, okay, a jelly bean is going to remove at random from the bag. It's the same concept as I just take a ball out. Okay, find the probability that the jelly bean removed is not brown. So you have two ways of doing it. Either probability of not brown. Okay, the total will still be 10 plus 11 plus 13 plus 6. Not brown, you will just look, okay, not brown means that I'll pick the red, I'll pick the green, I'll pick the yellow. So I can put my numerator as 10 plus 11 plus 13. And I get 34 out of 40. Reduce it to a lowest term, I will get 17 out of 20. So that's one way to do it. Another way of doing it is, okay, I find the probability of brown first. So total is 40. My brown has 6. Reduce it to a lowest term, it is 3 out of 20. So probability of not brown, I can just take 1 whole minus 3 out of 20. Because if 3 out of 20 is the probability of picking a brown, it means that 1 whole minus the brown is not brown. Because all the probability add up together should give you 1 whole. And I will get 17 out of 20. So either way also can do. Okay, so now let's move on to part B. Now they say that given that 2 red jelly beans have been added, find the probability that the bean removed is red. So they added 2 red beans. So I'll say, okay, probability again, and this one no need to let X because they already mentioned 2 red. So probability of picking a red, my total initially has 40, but because I added the 2 red, so my new total now is 40 plus 2. And then because it's probability of red, so numerator is only the red that I'm interested. So my red initially has 10. Because they added 2, so my new number of red will have 10 plus 2, which is 12. So it becomes 12 out of 42. Reduce it to the lowest term, I get 2 out of 7. Done. Okay, so that is how you do this kind of question. 1 plus 2, 3 marks. Okay. Feel free to ask question if you don't understand certain part, but of course ask relevant to the question. You can ask me, why is it that must plus 2, or why is it that is 1 whole minus or if you are not sure, you can always ask question. Okay, by asking question, you learn along the way. But of course, if you know it, then good for you. Okay, I hope these are okay. We shall move on to the next question. Question number 3. So an opaque box contains 26 identity cards labeled from 0 to 25. So that means there are 26 cards. Inside got 0. One card is 0, one card is 1, 2, 3, all the way to 25. They say that he's going to draw a card at random from the box. So they say find the probability that he draw a card that display an odd number. So you may be thinking, well, I need to count the number of odd numbers. Like a bit difficult. It's definitely out of 26 because I total 26 cards. From 0 to 25, how many numbers are odd? So what I do is this. You see, I have 0, 1, 2, ... And then after that, eventually I got 24, and then I got 25. Okay, 0 definitely it is this one. This is neutral. Not odd, also not even. So 0 is not counted as the odd. So now you look at this. Each set of two numbers, 1, 2, I have one odd, one even, correct? And you see 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 24 here. I will have 2 times 12 sets. Correct or not? One set inside got two numbers. From 1 to 24, I will have 12 sets. And each set has one odd and one even. So in other words, in this set, I will have 12 odd numbers. Right? And this 25 is also odd. So the total odd numbers I have is 12 plus 1. So 12 plus 1, and therefore I get 13 out of 26, and I get half. Okay, by doing this pattern, you'll be able to know how many odds you have, you know. Because if you go to, because you're not going to count, please don't go and do, okay, 1, and then 3, and then 5, and then 7. This one up to 25 only is easy for you to count. If they purposely go and put 0 to 100, don't tell me you're going to count 1, 3 all the way. I think you count until tomorrow. Okay, then your test paper will consume a lot of your time. So you need to know to see, pattern is, okay, every set, two numbers, I definitely have one odd, one even. Then you go and find out how many sets you have. The number of sets you have is how many odds and how many even. Understand? And then, of course, we will have an odd one out in this case, so we just add a 1 for this question. Then you need to know that 0, it is neutral, it is not odd, not even, so you got to exclude it. Exclude it. Okay, next. A number that is a multiple of 4. Okay, a number that is a multiple of 4. So this one, the numbers are is pretty small range, so it's easy to go and count. So what are the multiples of 4? 1 times 4 is 4. So we have 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, and 24. Anything more is already not within my range of cards I have. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 multiple of 4. So the probability of picking a multiple of 4, I have total 26 cards and I have 6. So it's 6 out of 26. Reduce it to the lowest term. You get 3 out of 13. Done. No sound detected. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, can. Because my system suddenly prompt me and said no sound detected. Okay, let's move on to the next question. So this one say a number other than the multiple of 4. Then maybe you panic. Wow, so many numbers. It's like from 0 to 25, I need to go and count how many is non-multiple of 4. Remember just now I teach you, if they ask you for other thing except multiple of 4, what I can do is I can just take 1 whole minus probability of multiple of 4. Because when I take 1 whole minus probability of a multiple of 4 means it is not multiple of 4. So I can just take 1 whole minus what I have found previously, which is 3 out of 13. And therefore, we get 10 out of 13. Done. Okay, so this is how you do this question number 3. Quite strange, for those students who actually request for similarity congruency, I don't think they are here, you know. Are you here? Are you here? Someone actually requested for similarity congruency and probability from I don't know which live lah. So I hope they are here learning. Since they request, if you request, then you better be here learning. Okay, help me to like and share. Like and share. Okay, so now question number 4, we'll be doing proving of similarity and proving of congruency. So this question is proof congruency. Okay, so now let's see. So before I start this question, what are the conditions that we have to prove for congruency? So at the side here, I'm going to state that. So you have SSS. That means you got to prove 3 corresponding sides are exactly the same. Means that they are congruent triangle. SAS, you need to prove SAS means S angle and included angle and the side. SAS, side angle side, the included angle. As long as you prove that the corresponding sides and corresponding angle in this way are the same, that means they are congruent triangle. Next, AAS or ASA. Okay, so when you prove that 2 corresponding angles are the same and one side is the same, make sure that it is AAS. What does AAS means? It means that within a triangle, this is called A, and then S. AAS. AAS. Okay, and then as for the ASA, this is AAS. And then when we have a triangle, ASA, ASA means that ASA, ASA. Okay. And lastly, this RHS. This RHS is actually Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem. Sometimes it's a bit confusing, as in, should I use RHS or should I use SAS when there's right angle involved? So for me, it's as long as I see a right angle triangle, I mean the right angle, okay, I will also state that it is RHS. Later, there's one question. I will show you how. Basically, these are the tests for congruency. Okay. So you need to take them down. This is for congruency. Test for congruency. And for similarity very easy. Similarity is AAA or SSS. You need to, these are the tests for similarity. You got to prove that all corresponding angles are the same. This one is for this one, AAA. Or you prove that all corresponding length cannot be the same because this is similarity. Corresponding length are of same ratio. This is for SSS. So you need to know that this SSS and this SSS is different. This SSS test for congruency is you got to prove that the corresponding 3 sides are the same, exactly the same. That is congruency. This SSS represents that the corresponding length must be of the same ratio. Like if it's 1:2, and all of them must be 1:2, 1:2. Then yes, it is also similarity. Okay, so basically these are the tests that you need to know. So write them down in your notes. Okay, so that when you're going to do this kind of question, you know, oh, I want to test for that, and then you see what you have. Okay. Okay, so now let's start with this one. So usually I'll read the question and then I will translate whatever information that they give us. So they say A, B, C, D are rectangle. Okay, rectangle, one thing is the corners are all right angle triangle. So I'm going to mark that this is right angle and this is right angle. So some students ask me, do I have to mark this corner? Usually when there's a line that intersect my right angle, I don't put 90 degree here. I only put a 90 degree at those not disrupted kind of angle. Then they mentioned that DEC is an isosceles right angle triangle. So if this is right angle triangle, okay, which is already stated, and it's isosceles, means that this and this is equal. So I mark out one stroke and one stroke to indicate that this and this is equal. They ask you to show that DAE and EBC are congruent. Okay, you need to prove that the two triangles are congruent. So now let's take a look at what we have. Okay, I already have we know that, oh, so DE is the same as EC. That's already one information, right? That is the S. That's the S. Then let's see what we have. We also have the angle. So we already have S and A, correct? We already have S and A. So if we already have S and A, we don't have to bother to look at SSS already. Okay, so either it is SAS or AAS or ASA, because we already have one A and one S. So now, because they tell us this is an isosceles triangle, so this angle and this angle is the same. Agree? And because the corner is a 90 degree, the corner is a 90 degree. So 90 minus the same angle and 90 minus the same angle, that means this angle and this angle is the same. So you can see that it is actually these two angles is the same. Or I can also have one more information. Because it's a rectangle, right? This side and this side is also the same. So this one, I can have AAS. I also can use SAS. Because SAS, this one, I also can say AAS, this one. Or you want to say ASA also can. So actually in this question, you can either use, you can say SAS, AAS, or ASA. Okay, or you want to say RHS also can, because you got 90 degree, right? If you have 90 degree, means this is a right angle triangle. Pythagoras theorem is when two sides are already equal, of course, naturally the third side will be the same, because by Pythagoras theorem, the third side will be the same. So this one, you want to use either one also can. Then you got to state your reason accordingly. Okay, so I will state DE and EC first. So first, I will say DE equals to EC, and you have to give the reason why is it that this and this is equal. So I will say because it is the sides of isosceles triangle. So this represent the S. This represent the S. Okay, then I'm going to say this length. I'm going to say this length. So I will say AD is equals to BC. So these are the sides of the rectangle. So this is another S. Then you look at the test. I look at the test. When I have two S already, okay, it cannot be SSS already, because I cannot confirm that this and this is the same, because they did not mention E is the midpoint. So I cannot say this and this is the same. So this is SSS is out. And since I'm using 2S, so it will be SAS. So I have this S, I have this S. I have to prove that the included angle is the same. So in this case, here is here already, right? So I will say my angle ADE. So first, maybe I'll put this one first. Okay. So I'm going to state let EDC, angle EDC equals to theta. So this side is theta, this side is theta. Okay, angle EDC is equals to angle ECD, which is equals to theta. Then you can say that this is isosceles base angles of isosceles triangle. Then with this, I can prove this angle already. So now I can say angle ADE is equals to angle BCE, which is equals to 90 degree minus theta. So this is the A. So you see, I have proven SSA. So I have to, and this is included, so it's SAS. So therefore, triangle DAE and triangle EBC are congruent. Then you have to state that this is SAS. Okay, so this is how you prove. Okay, repeat. So I put the information that they give us into the diagram. Okay, then this is the only few, these are the tests, these are the only tests for congruency. So I know that, I already have 2S. This and this is equal, this and this is equal, and then put the reason at the side. This is S, correct? Then you look at the test. It's impossible to test for SSS because there's no way I can test the third side. So then I'll move on to this one, which is 2S. The other two has 2A. So I'm looking at the second one. So that means I need to go and prove the included angle is the same. So therefore, I find for ADE. So I prove that ADE and this ECB is the same. Yes. Is equals to 90 minus theta. That will be my A. So therefore, I will say that triangle blah 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 and triangle blah 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 are congruent, and then say that you are using the SAS test. Okay? So this is how you do this kind of question. Okay, so this is 4A. Now we're going to look at 4B. 4B and 4A is non-related. Okay, it's not related. Okay, look at this triangle over here. So now they tell you that EFG is a triangle, okay? Then they tell us the angle FEG, and FIH is the same. So they already mark out for you. So if they never mark out, you got to put the angle. You see, it's one stroke. So this indicates that these two angles is the same. Okay, for this kind of similarity congruency, you need to mark out like equal sides accordingly, got equal angles accordingly, then you will be able to analyze further. If you're going to leave your diagram blank, it's like you will not know whether which one is equal. Okay, then over here they give us some information. It's all stated here already. If they never translate into the diagram, you need to go and of course copy the length accordingly to the diagram. So now you need to name two triangles that are similar. 80% of the time, okay, 80% of the time, proving similarity is just proving the angles. So similarity only got two tests. Okay, recall, it's either you got to prove that three corresponding angles are equal, or three corresponding sides they are of the same ratio, then you are similarity. So in this question, I'm already given one angle is the same. Okay, and the trick is this angle here is called a common angle. What is called common angle? Common angle means there's two triangles sharing the same angle. If they're sharing the same angle, in other words, their angle is the same. Okay, so the reason is called common angle. So then next question is, how am I going to phrase it? Because students always start, how to write, how to write. I know this triangle and this triangle, but how to write. Okay, so, where's my question? Okay, here. And take note, oh yeah, sorry. This one only 1 mark. When they say name, that means you only need to tell them which two triangles. You don't have to write the 3 lines. You know, just now our 4A, they ask you to show, and then it's 2 marks. So that means you got to write the reasoning, why is it that this is equal, this is equal. But when they say name two triangle, and it's only 1 mark, you just need to give the pair of triangles that are similar. Okay, so I will say triangle, big one, FEG. Okay, I write out FEG first. Okay, make sure for similarity, okay, even congruency, the alphabet order must be the same. The corresponding angles alphabet must be the correct one. So now let's take a look. FEG is the big triangle. So I know it will be related to this triangle. So if I start from F, this smallest triangle is sharing the same angle F. So of course, I will start saying that it is the F. Then I go to the E. The E is referring to this angle. And when we are talking about this triangle, of course, we must take I. Because angle E and angle I is the same. Then come back to here, FEG. So you see, this triangle and this big triangle, you already proved two angles is the same. Naturally, the third angle will be the same. Why? Because angles in the triangle is 180 degrees. Whenever you prove two angles are the same, naturally, the third angle is the same. That's why some students or some teachers, they say that actually you just need to prove AA property can already. You don't have to say AAA. Okay, either one. Some students, I mean, if you want to write AA also can, you want to write AAA also can. But in this question, only need to state the triangle. Okay, so G will be same as here, so therefore it is H. So you need to take note, if you're going to write triangle FEG and triangle HIF, technically speaking, you are referring to the same triangle, yes. But the alphabet order is wrong, then they will not give you the mark. So you need to make sure that the alphabet order is correct. Okay, so this one is just name, so this will be my answer. And for similarity, a lot of times you need to use it to solve unknown length or unknown angles. So your alphabet order is very, very critical. Okay, let me see how many like 7.1K like. How many to like. Okay. If you have questions, you need to ask. Only by asking question, then you all will learn better. And also by asking me questions, I will also know roughly, okay, what are some concerns and issues that students always face regarding this topic. Then I will also learn. I'm like a AI machine like that. Yeah, I learn more different behavior of the students or the misconception of the student. Then I will also become better. Okay, so next I want to find HE. So HE is here. I'm going to let it be X. Okay, I let it be X. So a lot of times when they ask you to find the unknown sides, okay, it is related to the similar triangle that they asked you to find previously. So previously I have this pair of similar triangle, right? So whenever I tell my students, the first thing is always write out the 3 fraction. So the 3 fraction is you have to make sure the alphabet order is correct first. So FE over FI is equals to EG. You see, I always do it very systematically. First letter, second letter, first letter, second letter, second and third, second and third. And then first and third, and first and third. So these fractions are the corresponding length. That means FE over FI is the same ratio as EG over IH. Is the same ratio as FG over FH. So for similarity, for similar triangle, you always write out the 3 fraction first, based on the alphabet order. 1, 2, 2, 3, and then 1, 3. Make it very systematically. Then after that, go to your diagram and fill in the blank. FE. FE is here. So it's 7 plus X. So I will put it as 7 plus X. FI. FI is from here to here, which is 10. EG is 12. IH is from here to here, 8. Okay. once you have the 3 fractions, the objective is to pick 2 fractions that have already 3 information that I have, then I can find the 4th information. So you see, my task is to find my x. You see, the first 2 fractions already have 3 known, only the FE is not known, correct? So this 2 fraction is enough. I don't have to bother to fill up this one already. Okay, in this situation, it's pretty fast. I can see already. So I straight away take this 2 fraction, and then do you see that, this is actually a equation whereby there's an unknown x. Then you just solve it like normal linear equation. Cross multiply. So I have 8, 7 plus x is equals to 10 times 12. So I have 56 plus 8x equals to 120. 8x equals to 120 minus 56. So 8x is equals to 64 and x is equals to 8. So therefore, I know that my HE is equals to 8 cm. Done. Right? So this is how I solve the unknown length from similar triangles. Alphabet order, form the 3 fraction, fill in the blank. Out of 2 fractions, 3 information I have already, and then I can find the 4th information. Right? So that is 4B. Okay, that is 4B. Weird, that's all my regular. So weird. Because Sunday, usually I will see them. For those who are here, can tell me why is it that it's so quiet for the past 2 live, Until I feel that my TikTok like handicapped. Is it that everybody is busy studying for WA1, so they are not here? So strange. Crying face, Why crying face? Are you from Singapore or are you from another country? Frey and Ashcap. Ashcap, you are already done with your SPM. Also, you are here just listening for fun? Malaysia. How was your SPM? You learn from me. Is it relevant to what you do for your SPM? Ooh. Relevant, Good, good, good. Then you can actually intro to your junior lah. For those who haven't take SPM, can tell them, hey, teacher, got this teacher Kangie on TikTok. She teach the maths, very good, self-praise. Very good. You can learn from her for free on every Sunday and every Wednesday. Right? You Yan Nini, Singapore. What level are you in? What level are you in? We can chit chat a little bit. Only left with question 5 and question 6. Okay, because I was just wondering, where's my regular? Usually my Sunday very noisy one. I don't know. Why today Sunday like so quiet? Wednesday quiet, understand Wednesday weekday school day But Sunday usually my life quite noisy one. And then today, like so quiet. Want to block people also cannot block. We are saying about the trolls, because sometimes a lot of trolls around, right? Now like so quiet, totally no trolls. Even my regular also disappeared. Teacher, can I ask you something about math? Okay, can. Anyway, today is so quiet. You want to ask? Come. As long as it's math related, you can ask me. But I thought you finished your SPM already. You still need to ask. Can. You can ask. Since it's very quiet today, we can put in a little bit of chit chat. Frey. Frey from where? Frey, are you from Singapore or are you from other country? Surprisingly, I have a lot of learner from other country, yeah, like India, Bangladesh, Philippines, Malaysia. Yeah. Frey, which level are you in? Is this topic helping you? Yes, Ash, I thought you wanted to ask me something. Oh, 9. Oh, you are international school, is it? Grade 9, huh? Ashcare, I'm waiting for your math question. You said you want to ask me something about math. Ooh, 8K like, not bad, not bad. Continue to spam like. I'm also going to, if the question give you diameter and the radius, how come can we find how many times the wheel twirled? I think you are trying to say the revolution, huh? Because sometimes the question is they give you a circle or they talk about a wheel. Then after they ask you how many revolution that they can do or something like that. That one is you have to find the circumference of the circle. Because you see a wheel, right? A wheel, when you turn, one round is one revolution. So which is pi times diameter is one circumference, one round, and that is, this question appear about tire. Yeah, something like that. So I don't know what is your full question, but the circumference of the circle is one revolution, which is the pi d lah. I hope I answer your question. Okay. Okay, let's start our question number 5. Yeah. Okay, circumference. Remember, one full circumference is one revolution. Okay. Okay, in the diagram, this one a little bit tricky, this one. Okay, so in the diagram, PQR and SPT is 90 degree. Okay, they already put for us. T is the midpoint of PQ. Okay, so if T is the midpoint, I will know that this PT is equals to TQ. So we mark that out. Then they tell us that PQ, this one, is 2 of the QR. See, if they tell you this is 2 times QR, and you can see that just now I mark out this PQ with the two marking, right? So that means this is like, example, this is 1 unit. So if this is 2 times this, in other words, they're actually indirectly telling you that QR is this one, 1 unit. If this is 2 unit, this is 1 unit. So it means this and this is the same and it's the same. It's not drawn to scale. Although I was like, it doesn't look like the same. But a lot of time the diagram is not drawn to scale. Okay, then they tell us that PQ is the same as PS. Okay, so I'm going to just mark out like just one marking and just this marking. This is just to indicate my this and this is the same. Okay, so now you're supposed to prove that PQR is congruent to SPT. So let's write out just now the test that I've mentioned, right? So I have SSS, I have SAS, I have AAS, or ASA, or RHS. These are the few types of tests we have. Okay, so now let's see what we have. You look at the alphabet order. I mean, look at these three alphabet. So let's see what we have. We know that our PQ is the same as the PS. PQ same as the PS. So we just write PQ is equals to the PS. That is given. That's a given information. So sometimes the reason is because they give us. That's why we just write the reason as given. So I have one S already, yeah. I have one S. Okay, then what else do we have? Okay, this side, PT and this QR is the same. Okay, so our QR is the same as the PT. You can actually state that this is the given, but before I write that it's given, I'm going to write a little bit more step. So I will say that because PT is equals to the TQ due to the midpoint. Okay, and they mentioned that PQ is 2QR. That is why we know that they are the same. And then just put a bracket. These information are given. Again, this is a S. So you see here, I have SS already. Yeah? So remember, when we have two S already, this AAS or ASA is out. So it's either SSS or SAS. So now, since you have the two sides, are you able to prove that this side and this side is the same? No information is given to us on this third side, so we cannot use the SSS. So you only left with the SAS, agree? So SAS means I need to go and prove the included angle. And my included angle is a 90 degree. It's already given to us. So we will just say, okay, angle PQR is equals to angle SPT, which is equals to 90 degree. Again, this is given. So this is the A. So we have the SSA, but of course, because it's included, you got to put it in the form, you got to put SAS. So now we will say, therefore, triangle PQR and triangle SPT are congruent. And we will say that this is SAS. And you see, this one got put the right angle triangle here, right? And then we have two sides, right? So actually, this one also can say it's RHS, because remember I said when we have right angle, so sometimes we don't know whether we want to write SAS or RHS. So I I write both. I say SAS or RHS. Okay? Which is reasonable, because two sides are given, right angle, so naturally by Pythagoras theorem, I can say the third side is the same. Teacher, how to know if S or A? S means you are proving the sides. A means you are proving the angles is the same. This one I'm proving two sides are equal, so it's a S. This one proves two sides are equal, so it's a S. This one I'm proving that the angle is the same, so I write a A. Can? Frey? Good. Okay, so now name another angle that is equal to TSP. TSP. Okay, actually TSP is inside the triangle that we have proven. So you just look back. So TSP, they're talking about this angle over here. So this angle in the other right angle triangle, the corresponding angle S is P. So they are talking about this. So we just say it's angle RPQ. Done. The RPQ is the same as TSP, that's all. Okay, why are they equal? Because previously we already proved that they are congruent. So for congruent triangle, the corresponding angles are equal. Okay, next. Hence, they ask you to show that angle STP is equal to angle RPS. STP, this angle over here, they want you to prove that this angle is the same as this angle. How? So this one is it will be easier if I'm going to let this angle here, let angle TSP is equals to angle RPQ. This is actually this, this is actually this, I let it equals to theta. It will be easier when I label it as theta. So this is theta, this is also theta. Okay, why do I let it be theta? Because I want to find angle STP. See here, STP. This is a triangle. Total angle is 180 degrees. So 180 degree minus 90 minus theta will give me this angle T, correct? So I will write 180 degree minus 90 minus theta. Then with that, we know that this is equals to 90 minus theta. Because 180 minus 90 is 90, then minus theta. So now I know that my STP here is 90 minus theta. Now, look over here. Now you see this one. Do you agree this angle here is taking the 90 degree minus theta, and therefore this is 90 minus theta. Right? Because this is a right angle triangle, and just now I label this as theta, so this is 90 minus theta. So therefore I will say angle RPS is 90 minus theta. Since they are the, so now actually they are, I already proved that they are the same. So therefore angle STP is equals to angle RPS. Shown. Okay. So this is how you do this, question number 5. Okay, let's move on to question number 6. This one is I have to prove for similarity. So far, I've shown you how to prove congruent triangle. I haven't proved a similarity, right? So this is one questions that show proving of similarity. Oh, 10.9K likes. Thank you very much. Hello, Rafael. So in the diagram, A, B, C, D are parallelogram. Okay, they already put the parallel lines for me. M is the midpoint. Where is it? M is the midpoint of BC. So that means these and these are equal. We got to mark up. And then after that, they tell us that AEC and DEM are straight line. Okay, just acknowledge. And they tell us that EM is 4 cm. Okay, they already state for us. So your task is to prove that ADE and CME are the same. Okay, quite standard kind of a shape. If you see this something like an hourglass, this one is definitely similar. But why? Why? So you will have to write the statement. So remember I said test of similarity only have 2 tests. You either prove all 3 angles is the same. That's 90% of the time you are using this test. Okay. 10% of the time you are using this, which is you have to prove that the corresponding lengths are of a same ratio. Okay. The first one I'm going to say is this one. Because this is vertically opposite angle. So you will have to say angle. See, I have to follow the alphabet order. This angle is, I'm going to write AED. So if I write angle AED, I have to follow the alphabet order. AED is 132. So this one I must write CEM. And the reason, vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles. Okay, next, you see the pair of parallel line. Z, alternate angle. So this angle and this angle is the same. This angle and this angle is the same. Because parallel line, alternate angle. So then we will say angle DAE equals to angle. Again, follow the alphabet. DAE, 213. So MCE. MCE. And you will say that this is because it's alternate angles. And then say that it's parallel lines. So like I mentioned, some teachers say that, oh, you prove 2 angles equal can already. Then you just write an AA property. For me, I'm used to stating 3 angles. So I just write. So naturally, the third angle is the same. So the third angles, right, you can either say it's alternate angle, or you can say that it's because angles in the triangle is 180 degree. Because I already proved two the same. If I prove two the same already, that means naturally the third angle is the same. So either one of the reason also can. So, but for me, I'll just write the alternate angle. So I angle ADE, follow the alphabet ADE, so CME. And alternate angles. And it's also because of the parallel lines. So therefore, I will know that triangle ADE is similar to triangle CME. So I will say it's AAA property. You want to write AA property also can, huh? I don't know why some teacher tell the student that, oh, you cannot write AAA, can only write AA. I was like, what's the difference? Okay. Okay, next. Yeah. They ask you to find the length DE. Okay. This one, the length ratio. Okay, parallelogram, opposite sides are equal, agree? There is a reason why they give us this information over here. This and this is equal. So I indicate here is 1 unit. I indicate here is 1 unit. They are the same. So since opposite sides are equal, it means that here is 2 units. Agree? So the similar triangle, the length ratio, small over big, is 1:2. So firstly, I'm going to state that, okay, CM over AD is equals to 1 unit out of 2 unit, which is equals to half. So the two triangle is similar ratio by half. Small over big, small over big. Okay, then now we can put in the information we have. We're talking about, because they want DE. DE is this part. So you need to be careful. You have to say ME over DE. Small over big. Look at the alphabet here. ME, small, and DE. So I will say, okay, ME, therefore ME over DE is also equals to half. And put in the information because I'm already given ME. So this is 4 over DE is equals to half. Cross multiply, my DE is equals to 8. Done. Ta-da! Solve. Yes, Ash. Thank you. Okay, now we left the last part. The last part is common questions that students always can't do. This one. Okay, they say, oh, calculate as a fraction the numerical value of the ratio of the two triangle. Then how what? In this kind of questions, there's only two types. It's either they are similar triangle, or they have the common height. Okay. So two concepts. Okay, so I'm going to write here. This kind of questions only have two concepts. Either they use the similar triangle, or they use common height. Okay, so now the first thing is they ask for triangle CME and ADE. So come back to here. CME and ADE, actually they are talking about that pair of similar triangle that we had. Small over big. But this time round, they're not asking for the length ratio, they're asking for the area ratio. So we will say that area of triangle CME over area of triangle ADE. These two triangles are similar. We take their length ratio, which is half. Area ratio is just to square it. And therefore, it is just equals to 1/4. Done. So that is using similar triangle. A1 over A2 is L1 over L2 squared. Okay, volume 1 over volume 2 is equals to L1 over L2 cube. So this is area ratio. This is actually just area ratio. Okay, next. Area of triangle ADE, ADE, and ADC. ADC. This is the one that I'm talking about, common height. So now let's take a look at this diagram. What do I mean by common height? They say ADE, ADC. I'm going to draw out the height. Here. Okay, so now you look at this triangle. Look at this, the one that I draw the height. The ADE, ADE. Do you agree it is half times base times height, right? Because it's triangle, right? So half times AE times height. Now I want to talk about triangle ADE. So it's half times the base, which is the AE, multiplied by this H. So I will write as the top part is half times AE multiplied by the H. Half times AE multiplied by the H. That's the area of the triangle ADE. Okay, then the second triangle here is ADC. ADC. I have to use the same height. How do I find the triangle of this whole ADC? I have to take half times the base, which is the AC, multiply by the same height. The height is always perpendicular height, alright? So this one, I will write it as half multiplied by AC multiplied by the height. So with this, you can see, oh, the half can cancel. The common height, because it's the same number, we can cancel. Therefore, these two triangles, their area ratio is relevant to the base, which is equals to AE over AC. So now the question is, what is AE over AC? So come back. AE over AC is using, again, the two similar triangles that we have. See, AE is the big one. So AE is actually 2 units. EC is 1 unit, because we know just now we say small over big is 1 and 2, right? So I'm going to write it over here. My CE over AE is 1 over 2. It's the same pair of triangle. They want AE over AC. So therefore, my AE is 2 unit. Yeah, AE is 2 unit. AC AC is 2 plus 1. Agree now? 2 unit plus 1 unit. Therefore, it is 2 unit over 3 unit, and it is equals to 2/3. So you see, these questions demonstrated that the two concepts, they use similar triangle or they use common height. Common height is the one that students always don't know. So now you know that when you know that it's nothing to do with similar triangle, means that we know we're going to use common. Right? Yay, we are done with today's question.